Welcome to Cedar Club, Quincy's favorite local bar. A friendly corner bar with a laid-back atmosphere and affordable drinks. It's the perfect spot for a great time. With entertainment galore, including shuffleboard, golden tee, pool, foosball, and winning gaming machines. Cedar Club's latest edition is the best spot to catch your favorite game. Great drinks, great friends, and great times. Cedar Club, 20th and Cedar in Quincy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, Jenna Hull and Rich Marcola. Super excited to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so Jenna, you are the executive director for the Adams County United Way.
Yes.
And Rich, you are a friend, a donor, and financial guru in our community, right? You
We'll
know
go
your
with that.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's a
Yes.
good one.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we're going to add to that repertoire with host of United We Feud.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how I got tapped to do this, but I'm so excited.
You were our first choice.
I was
Oh,
going to
wow.
say,
Yeah.
I have 100% pure faith in the amazing job that you're going to do. So let's talk about United We Feud.
Yes.
First of all, it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
We are very excited. This is our inaugural event, I guess you would say. We're hoping to make this a year-over-year event. It is on April 12th, which is a Saturday, starting at 6 p.m., and it's at the Washington Theater, which I think is a great place.
Very
but
cool.
also it's a really cool place to have this type of an event where you're having kind of a game night theme. And so, yeah, we're really excited about it. Rich is our host and has also been on the planning committee and helping us every step of the way make sure this is a fun, exciting night.
Yeah, I love the Washington Theater because it really is kind of foundational in our
Yes.
community. So to have it there is just going to be,
I
and the
agree.
place is so neat anyway.
It
so,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so United We Feud. We can say that it's like a family feud style.
Ask.
Right? Esque. We can't really say Family Feud, which I will over and over and over again, so apologies. But it follows that same style of a game show. So we have the cool host.
Cool host.
We have,
Check.
check. We have cool contestants. Check.
Check.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've been seeing all over Facebook the kind of the guess who this contestant is.
Uh-huh.
Love that idea.
Isn't that
as well.
fun?
That's so fun.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've seen a list of people who are going to be included in this on these teams that are just going to bring the heat.
Yeah, it's
so much
really
fun.
exciting. And what we tried to do is we didn't necessarily go, at first we talked about asking our main donors, but then we're like, no, we want to ask everybody in the community. We want to pull in multiple groups, all different kinds of people, because
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, it's fun, it's low key. It's not, you don't have to wear like a formal.
Yeah.
We're wearing, I'm probably wearing jeans. I mean, he's going to look like this.
Yeah,
he
he's
always
gonna
looks
be-
like this.
Yeah,
but-
he's going to be in his host gear for sure.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
love the different personalities that you're pulling. I think that's a
Yes.
fantastic idea to
Yes.
kind of represent all walks of life in
Yes.
this community because there are so many. And the United Way serves all of these walks.
right.
So it's just
right.
a really cool culmination of a really great idea that's supporting a really great cause.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes. And like I said, we're really excited about it. One of the things that we want to do with this event is we want to make it stress-free. We don't want people to come in and go, oh, I have to buy raffle tickets and I have to do an auction, even though we do auctions.
Yes.
This is just kind of an intro to United Way. So you can come, you can relax. We're having all kinds of really great food that you would maybe see at like a Super Bowl party or something like that.
Okay.
And popcorn and all those things. But then you're also going to learn just little nuggets about United Way because we've talked about this before here at Muddy River. Everybody thinks United Way pretty much is good, right? They go, well, you do good in the community, but do they know what we really do when it comes down to it?
Probably
and so
not, yeah.
there'll be some little nuggets of information that Rich will probably throw out there throughout the evening just to kind of share what United Way does. And again, Rich is a huge supporter of United Way, as is Merrill Lynch. But we just want to make sure that people understand what we do because I believe that when people understand what we do, they will invest in our
100%.
in our nonprofit because we definitely, we're very transparent about what we do. We're very transparent financially, and we just want people to really invest in United Way of Adams County.
Absolutely. Get in that vortex of giving because it is what makes our community so strong.
Yes.
And keeps us growing and keeps Adams County sustainable for years and years and years to come, which is,
Yes.
of course, what we want.
Yes.
Okay, so Rich,
Yes.
questions. Do you know what questions are going to be asked?
I don't.
I was hoping you could give me the skinny on a few so
I
I'm not like
know.
caught off guard. Okay. So
But it is going to be like contestants standing in a thing. Give me an idea of what the night is going to look like. So you said it's just going to be like heavy appetizers and kind of socializing, but then we're up on stage, right? Is there?
Well, so I'm not sure that the stage. Did you go to the tech thing?
No, I did not.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. So stage or not, what's it going to look like as far as like people coming and enjoying the night?
Yeah.
Well, the stage it's going to look a lot like FF, we'll call it,
Okay.
the original FF. You will be on a team, and it'll be random, right? Who you're going to be on, which family you're going to be on. And I think to go back to your point, it's going to be so cool because we're pulling so many different people. When you have a family, sometimes families think alike, crazy sometimes they think crazy, but this individual family is also going to be relatively crazy.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to have possibly a head football coach, maybe, and you might have someone in charge of a music that used to be in charge of the music department at QHS, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know. We're just throwing names out there.
Sure.
Right? And
Spitballing.
yeah, and so those combinations are going to create some pretty interesting answers, I think, when these questions come up. So I know on the stage we're going to have something that looks very familiar to people if they watch the FF.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Who came up with this idea? Was it just like collective?
You know, I honestly can't tell you because she doesn't want any credit. But it's a really great friend of ours.
Okay.
She's been thinking about it for a while now. And she came to me one night and she's like, I've been thinking about this for months and I've been talking to my husband and we really want to get this going. And I was like, yes.
Heck yeah.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's amazing. The crew that we have working on it is awesome. We've already put a lot of hours into it to just make sure it's a fun event, but also again, some of the questions are really fun.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a couple of hints. There's some questions about landmark type things in Adams County.
Okay.
Things you might do around the holidays in Adams County. Parks in Adams County.
Okay.
So there's just a few things like that. We really want to try to pull it in this Adams County theme. It's not, we have some random questions, obviously, but it's going to be quite a few questions about the United Way and Adams County area.
Yeah,
So,
and the questions that you just threw out as examples have multiple possible answers, so it's going to be really fun to hear what everybody has to say. And you mentioned the craziness, of course, but there is going to be balance, right? Because there's so many different types of people. So I like to think that maybe my crazy will balance out somebody's, because trust me, I got enough crazy to go around. But maybe somebody's like logical mind will balance out my, sometimes I get way outside the box. So maybe we can balance each other out and really kill it.
Well, and the team that is behind the scenes, I think they tried to cover so many different areas in Quincy, Illinois. Not all professionals, right?
Sure, right.
Just everybody in the community. We want to see everyone bring their friends and family there. That was the whole purpose. Is let's get just a totally different mix of individuals. Maybe not the ones you see at every fundraiser. This is going to be unique.
Yeah, not all the mainstays, right? Reach out and get some new faces in there. I love it. So, how many tickets are you selling total?
So the max capacity right now, unless they let us throw a bunch of people in the back, is going to be about 240.
Okay.
And we are getting kind of close. So if you want, I keep telling people, if you want tickets, you really do need to buy them because they have a capacity.
Yeah.
So we don't have, sometimes if you have a bigger space, you can sell extra tickets and hope for the best. But in this case, we're going to be at a solid 240, and we're real close to 200 right now.
So a handful or two of tickets left. Make sure that you don't sleep on this. It's going to be a fun night, of course, for a great cause. Where do they go to get tickets?
Great question. So you can go to our Facebook page, but you can also go to our website, unitedwayadamsco.org. Right on the front page there, you can buy your tickets for United We Feud. And if you want, you can call Rich. He'll sell you tickets. I'll sell you tickets. We just want to
Get
sell
you
out.
there. Yeah. Let's sell it out. Let's have a great night. Have some fun. It's a great idea. Let's shout out whoever it is that wants to remain anonymous. Nice work on this. This is going to be one for the books, I have no doubt. And you guys and your team, I can already tell you've worked so hard on it. So thank you for stepping up and
Thank you.
Hey,
you're going to be a contestant. I mean, we didn't talk about our star contestant over here.
I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous because I don't want to choke. But
you're not going to choke.
Listen, if I choke, whatever. Just come and see me choke. I don't even care as long as you're supporting the United Way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you coming in and chatting, and I'm really looking forward to this.
Thank you. Me too.
Okay, one more time. Date.
Yes, April 12th.
Okay.
It's a Saturday evening, 6 o'clock at the Washington Theater.
Okay.
And again, we do have some tickets left, so don't let the thought that we're almost sold out scare you. But let's get those tickets sold. We want to make sure we've got 10 sponsorship tables.
Cool.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Places like Muddy River, Merrill Lynch. So we're super excited about that. Again, just the community buy-in has been amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Excellent.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, we're excited.
Forget anything?
No, you got it. We're pumped up and we're excited, and top 10 answers are on the board.
Yes,
so
love
let's go.
it.
See,
Love
he's
it.
ready.
He's ready.
He's
Okay.
channeling Steve. He's ready to go.
I love it. I love that you're ready. Everybody else, you get ready. United We Feud is coming up. Do not sleep on it. Sure to be a fun night. Thank you again so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, coming up next, Britt B and Ash C and Coffee Talk. Stay tuned.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center.
Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
Kelly's has been a fun place to eat and drink in Quincy since 1982. A fun and friendly atmosphere, food with flavor, homemade cinnamon rolls, and famous cheese soup, the best menu in town. Kelly's, 2902 Broadway, Quincy.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday.
Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
And welcome back. Now it's time for Coffee Talk with Ash C, Britt B. Thanks to EFB, we get to spill the tea. Cheers!
Cheers.
So, okay, we're always talking about what's in the news, and there's no shortage today.
No.
Right?
There was a lot on the site today.
Yes.
Yesterday, I guess, as you're watching this now. We'll discuss some of the big things, which were at the city council meeting. Quincy City Council meeting, that is. The 2 giant topics, we have 2 different stories actually on it because they were so giant in and of themselves. The first one that I want to talk about is the 25th in Broadway stoplight.
Bringing back the costume from Halloween.
Oh my!
Dude, I wish you would have worn that.
Well, today?
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
It's going to be my costume next year.
I love it.
And I'm going to come in, with LL Cool J playing. And,
Yes.
And, yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to have stoplights all over me. But, yeah, it's known as the bad luck light. And now I think is it bad luck for the city?
I don't know. I think it's just kind of, maybe I'm alone here. I get what Culver's is saying, that businesses kind of struggle. But in this study, did we not see how many people were using the actual intersection at 25th Street versus Broadway? And kind of what outweighs the other? So
I also wanted to see the study.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see very many people out there
doing surveying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't travel it enough to really have passionate feelings about it, but the times that I do travel it now, it seems weird to just blow through it because I'm always just waiting to at least slow and go. So it's a little awkward for me to just go through it.
Same.
But I do think that it's unnecessary unless you're one of the businesses that has their patrons are having a hard time turning left. But here's the thing. Everybody in Quincy knows you don't turn left on Broadway coming out because it's just a pain in the ass.
So and I think they even have signs at that business that says
no left turn.
No left turn.
And they have a kind of an alley access that goes out onto 25th Street. So if they could reconfigure their drive-through to have it kind of swoop around and go out
I
the
still
alley.
Always go out the alley because I go
we're
through
smart.
But yeah.
We're smart.
In regards to the business loss thing,
that could have a lot of factors.
Yeah,
I doubt if it's due to a stoplight.
10% loss, couldn't that just be, the fact that prices are insane?
Yeah, people can't afford eggs, let alone a yummy butter burger.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was weird to say, well, 10% of my sales are down. Well, most people's sales are down because the economy isn't where, we want it to be, I guess. A friend of mine owns a business, and he commented on there, on our Facebook site, and he said, I didn't see a problem at all with this being shut down. He goes, I can understand why people are saying this, but he goes, I don't think it's the factors from the stoplight.
Yeah. No.
So.
Well, and also if you ever traveled that and you stopped at the stoplight when you were traveling 25th Street and not Broadway, you sat there for quite some time. Mm-hmm. So you're probably sitting there about the same amount of time with or without a stoplight. Mm-hmm. But you can't turn left without a stoplight from any drive onto Broadway, I don't think. It's just, I always get on Luke about it because I'm like, you're really going to turn left out of here? Really?
Oh, Mike does it all the time, though.
Oh, it drives me crazy because I'm like, just save some time, take yourself a right, take another right, flick around, there you go.
Because we're smart.
I'm telling you, time saver, efficient, yeah. I try.
Yeah.
I lose it in other aspects of my life, but I definitely don't have passionate feelings about the stoplight. I just kind of feel like, again, it's not totally transparent. And how many people really want this stoplight? And is it worth $46,000? It's a chunk of change, right? I just don't know if it's definitely not as much as we're spending on salt. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I got to throw this out there. So, okay. Stoplight, yes or no? What's your...
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the nay side as well. And I don't travel it enough to really be, a decider in this, a deciding factor in this, but I just don't think it's worth the money.
No, I think there are plenty of other places that could use a stoplight,
Because even though Quincy's only footing like $46,000 of the bill, the state still has to pay the $400,000 and the maintenance and blah, 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 and we still pay that.
I'm wondering if they'll still approve it, though, because the state recommended, I think IDOT said, get them gone.
Yeah.
So, did we just say yes and then maybe they'll...
We're just saying yes to appease the business owners and the people who were frustrated by the stoplight, and we know that Illinois is going to be like, we're not spending $400,000.
We don't really know that, but we are assuming.
That's the assumption.
Yeah.
That's my coffee talk assumption. Okay, but the thing that caught my eye was under that article, it said we're going to spend $290,000 on 600 tons of rock salt for the roads for 25-26 winter. And yes, Shaney Waney brought up a great point that we don't want to undercut our salt needs because if we don't have enough, we're screwed.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of chatter in social media and other places that after all the snow melted, there are piles of salt just hanging out at different intersections, and there's one really big one. There was one really big one out by me. And that may not seem like a big deal, but we're all about roads around here. And guess what causes road issues?
Salt. Or copious amounts.
Copious amounts of salt. I think any really amount of salt sitting there for too long. So when you have these piles of, big old rock salt that we've spent $300,000 on ruining your roads, maybe there's room for a study there.
Yes. And
I don't know. I'm not a fan of studies anyway, but just
I don't really think that's the case. But have a more than just the on or off switch. You know, like instead of dumping.
It's either like maybe mother load or sprinkle.
They need to get a Salt Bay button. Have them.
Yes. Way to throw that in there.
I just learned what that was.
Well, or we could just have one of the city guys off the back of this truck, just like, a little more manual action in there. Wouldn't that be funny?
It would.
That would be hilarious. No, but that caught my eye more than the stoplight, because again, I don't have a lot of skin in the game with that. But when I saw that salt pile basically creating a pothole in my neighborhood, I was like, damn it.
Maybe
that's
we
a lot
could
of waste.
Contribute the stoplight money to our salt fund instead.
Yeah,
but
I know a great company who does a lot of automation solutions, so maybe we can even get like a lever on there if there's not one that's like, somewhere between mother load and pinch of salt. I don't know. But, or, do maybe like, I don't know, if you save this amount of salt, we'll give you an incentive. How about that? No, because then they just won't be salty.
I love how passionate you are.
Listen, the salt is where it is. And, okay, stoplight should be it because that's safety, right? That should be my concern. But, is it safety? I don't know.
I'm still like unanimously voted for this.
Yeah.
What else was unanimously voted for?
Important. Yeah.
Was
then they're all
the 48th Street development zoning issue.
Nay.
Yep.
Unanimous.
The people have spoken and they said no to it. I did think it's interesting that with this, because I've seen more than just like, I think there were like 300 people out there at that meeting saying no. But I've seen different other situations where it's more than 300 people, saying no to something, but the city still goes ahead and does it anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes there's got to be like some vested interest. I don't know what.
I don't know either. I'm like, what made this one different? Because the mayor was very supportive of this development.
And is he buddies with the St. Louis developer?
I don't know.
I have no idea. That was just a question.
It's actually been a question from a couple of people.
Okay.
I don't know any truth or connection by that.
Sure.
And someone said, so what if he is? What of it?
That's okay.
I mean, it's okay, but when
there's definitely a conflict of interest,
yes,
and you should kind of pull yourself out of that.
That's what I was going to say.
It's okay to have a buddy who does these, and
it's okay to have friends.
Yeah, but pull yourself out of that somehow, right?
Yeah,
and try not to influence one way or the other.
It's a conflict of interest because we were going to use city dollars and funding for the infrastructure behind it.
Sure.
So it is a conflict of interest. But I can think of so many other things. Another thing is, if many people were saying it's an election year, so you're not trying to piss 300 people off.
Right. That probably had a lot to do with it.
So I kind of wonder if the developer will move it somewhere else. They said that they're going to remain in contact with him. He doesn't really want it anywhere else.
Right.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Interesting. Well, I'm proud of the people for showing up and
one more note on that. Like everyone was saying in the story too, it said how the developer made it very, very clear that this was not going to be Section 8 housing. But a developer could easily, I would think, sell to the next person. And I mean, unless it's in like the contract with the city saying this will not be. When a developer sells to someone new, I don't think that's...
It's not like it's grandfathered in that it can't be.
Unless the city
does that.
Yeah.
Which that should be one of our line in the sands when we have developers from out of our community coming in to build. Because honestly, I don't know if he gives a about Quincy. I don't know if he cares what we have going on or what the focus is, or does he know the housing study, or how did he even get the idea to build here? I mean, there's just a lot of questions that...
Also, kind of tying in with that, Aspen's Seeking Shelters story.
Great story.
Yeah, it really was. I don't want to say that we don't need Section 8 housing, because obviously that's needed.
Yeah.
We have people living in slum situations because that's all they can afford.
Right.
So when you do raise the bar on these rentals, I think the rent is going to go up, and that's going to create more of a homeless problem, or a shelter problem, because we don't have, we don't
have supply.
Yeah.
We have the demand, not the supply, and that's what Aspen was saying the other night. Unfortunately, I don't think $1,200 or $1,500 a month apartments are what are going to help.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to afford that. For an apartment.
We were talking to a couple people who rent around here, and they were like, "Well, I couldn't afford that." Well, so what is the actual need?
Yeah.
Because if our median take home is what, 30?
It was like 40,
which is close to below poverty. I mean, so if that's what our median income is, then we need to satisfy 30 to 40% of your take home should be what you pay on rent, right? I mean,
yeah.
But that you're not taking home $40,000.
Yeah, the math ain't math.
The math ain't mathin'. So it's like, well, we got to figure out how do we tie in what people are actually making in this community, and how do we actually serve them? And if that means that we need more, Section 8, I guess that's it. I don't know that we need Section 8 if we would have a private developer come in and do it in a way that's affordable, so that you don't need government interference, I think, right?
Yeah. I also think, if you are living in Section 8 housing, then I think the government should interfere there.
Yeah.
Because if the government entity is giving aid in rental assistance, and the rental unit is not up to par, I think that's when the government should step in.
Right.
I don't know if it should be city, though,
Right.
If the state of Illinois is granting Section 8 housing, maybe the state of Illinois should inspect the...
Yeah. Yeah, if it's a state-run facility, then they should be responsible for the upkeep and the inspection and maintenance, etc.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about places around here that are landlords, that's a whole new conversation
Yes.
that we definitely need to talk about sometime.
Yes.
Because it's really important to our community, and I know there's...
We got to talk about it before April 1st, because that is going to be on the ballot.
Okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's put it on our ballot, and
we'll save it for next coffee
I think
talk.
that would be a great topic. Okay, well, I think that does it for today's
Coffee Talk.
We'll catch you next time.